بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والليل إذا يغشى والنهار إذا تجلى وما خلق الذكر والأنثى إن سعيكم لشتى فأما من أعطى واتقى وصدق بالحسنى فسنيسره لليسرى وأما من بخل واستغنى وكذب بالحسنى فسنيسره للعسرى وما يغني عنه ماله إذا تردى إن علينا للهدى وإن لنا للآخرة والأولى فأنذرتكم نارا تلظى لا يصلاها إلا الأشقى الذي كذب وتولى وسيجنبها الأتقى الذي يؤتي ماله يتزكى وما لأحد عنده من نعمة تجزى إلا ابتغاء وجه ربه الأعلى
ولسوف يرضى صدق الله العلي العظيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل وليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. Last week we went through Surah Al-Layl from ayat 1 to 11. I'll go through it again and we will continue it inshallah. In Surah Al-Layl, Allah starts by taking oath to night and day. وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا يَغْشَى وَالنَّهَارِ إِذَا تَجَلَّى. Out by the night when it covers and out by the day when it shines in brightness. وَمَا خَلَقَ الذَّكَرَ وَالْأُنثَى. And by that power which created the male and female. And we explained that what was the relationship with the relation between this qasam and the whole content of the surah. We said that, but we saw that the content of the surah was about explaining two kind of efforts of people in this world, like which we said that فَأَمَّا مَنْ أَعْطَى وَاتَّقَى وَأَمَّا مَنْ بَخِلَ وَاسْتَغْنَى. A'ata and bakhila, two different types of efforts of people, and like these two which are opposite together, so Allah swears by layl and nahar, night and day. And then zakara wal unsa, male and female. One point is that these are two opposite things, and we explained that because the whole content of surah is about infaq. Surah Al-Layl is talking about infaq, giving away in the cause of Allah. Wherever in Quran Allah talks about infaq and giving away, especially in this surah which is about property and wealth and money and this kind of help. So Allah wants to say that helping other people or giving away money in the cause of Allah is not just related to men. Women and men are both responsible. And because some women, they earn themselves, and even those women who they don't work and they don't earn, the management of the house, how to spend the money, they can plan it. Yeah, earning is on man's shoulder, but how they spend it, it's the way they can manage it, or they keep it all for themselves, or no, they give it away in the cause of Allah and do infaq. After this oaths Allah makes, Allah is saying what's the answer of these oaths and swears? Ayat number 4, Inna sa'yakum la shatta. certainly, and now we said it's for emphasizing, certainly your efforts are diverse, different in aims and purpose. Then Allah explains about the different types of effort. From ayat 5 to 7, one type of effort. From ayat 8 to 11, another type of effort. فَأَمَّا مَنْ أَعْطَى وَاتَّقْوَى. This is the type of effort that mankind gives in the cause of Allah. Ata means gives in Arabic. Ataya is giving in the cause of Allah, and wattaqwa, and is God fearing. He has got fear of Allah, so he keeps his duty to Allah. وَصَدَّقَ بِالْحُسْنَى, and confirms the reward from Allah. So when he confirms the reward from Allah, it means that he believes that he gets the reward from Allah. And especially we said that in different ayats of Quran, Allah has explained about qarzul hasana. When you give in the cause of Allah, even if you lend money to others in the cause of Allah with no, for example, profit, or giving away and helping other people, Allah is saying that yudha'ifuhu. Allah is double it, triple it. It's like we explained that it's like that you give your money to a dealer, and he says that I work with your money, I double it, triple it, and extend it. So that is, and that's a promise from Allah, which when Allah promises something, it's not a mankind promise. So if we believe in that, صدق بالحسنى, those people who they believe it, so they are not bothered to give away, and they don't want to keep it for themselves, because they know that whatever they keep for themselves, it will be left after their death in this world, and they will not take it with them. But whatever they give away, that is the only thing they will take it with themselves. In fact, they have sent it before they go to hereafter life. And they get the reward here as well, which we will see in following ayahs. So one type of effort was this in فَأَمَّا مَنْ أَعْطَى وَاتَّقَى وَصَدَّقَ بِالْحُسْنَى فَسَنُيَسِّرُهُ لِلْيُسْرَى. And Allah is saying that those people who treat this way, who they choose this kind of effort, sa'i, this type of effort, what I'll do is I will facilitate for them the path of ease. We said that, for example, when we want to go to a camping, it's like going to paradise. Just as an example to compare. We know that we are going to enjoy, so we will go happily with ease. But in this world, when we know that if we give away, we will go to Jannah, to paradise. There are some difficulties on our way, apparently, in this life, which we feel that it is difficult. For example, it's difficult to give the money away. It's difficult to obey Allah. It's difficult to listen to Islamic laws and obey them. But Allah is saying, if the person chooses this kind of effort and gives away in the cause of Allah, and because he confirms the reward from Allah, he accepts, he believes in rewards from Allah, what I will do, I will facilitate all these difficulties for him. I will facilitate the way for him. So the way towards Jannah, towards paradise, will not look hard for her or him. For example, when Islamic law comes in, give khums, and we know that khums is the minimum level of giving away we can have. It is compulsory. But what Allah talks in Quran in different ayats is infaq, which is higher than, more than khums. But if for people, mankind, even giving khums is hard, Allah is saying that if you choose this type of effort, I will facilitate it for you. You will see that you will give it away with no trouble. You will obey Allah. You will love to obey Allah. So this means facilitating the way of ease, the path of ease. The second type of effort is وَأَمَّا مَنْ بَخِلَ وَاسْتَغْنَى وَكَذَّبَ بِالْحُسْنَى فَسَنُيَسِّرُهُ لِلْعُسْرَى. But for those who they choose the second type of effort, which kind of type of effort? بَخِلَ, they are greedy. they consider themselves as, oh, staghna. Staghna means we don't need Allah in our life. We are powerful enough. We have got enough wealth, money, and we don't need Allah's support. And كذب بالحسنى, and they have no faith in receiving any rewards from Allah. So they just want to keep it for themselves, and they don't want to give it away in the cause of Allah. What Allah does, فَسَنُيَسِّرُهُ لِلْعُسْرَى, we will facilitate for him the path of difficulty. Going to hell, God forbid, if we see the fire, it is so hard that if we explain that in Quran, it says that in different verses, when on the day of judgment, when they want to take people to hell, they don't run towards hell. They have to put chain on them and they pull them. But what we do here in our life in this world, what we do is we are going towards hell so happily. How? By not obeying Allah, but not giving away. وَكَذَّبَ بِالْحُسْنَى, because we have, by denying the rewards from Allah, maybe with tongue we don't deny it, but heart-wise, when we are not ready to give wealth and life away on the cause of Allah, it means that we don't really believe in it. We don't have faith, real faith. Because if we had real faith, it would not be difficult. What would be like? فَسَنُيَسِّرُهُ لِلْعُسْرَى, the path of difficulty, which looks difficult apparently, which is not difficult. In fact, it's sorry, this is the path towards hell, which is difficult to go to hell, but it will be facilitated for that kind of mankind. And God forbid, if God, Allah does that, then what happens to mankind? That he doesn't care, he feels he doesn't need Allah in his life, كذب بالحسنى, and he just feels greedy and wants to keep for himself. And وما يغني عنه ماله إذا تردى, and his wealth will be of no benefit to him when he falls, he perishes. Now we don't see fire, but on the day of judgment we see the reality. Then mankind understands what's the reality and wants to fall in fire. The money and the wealth he had, it will not help him at all. And then the second groups of ayat from ayat 12, what Allah is saying that inna alayna lal huda, surely guidance is only in our hands. When we explain that guidance here, huda, hadaya, means guidance. Hadaya in Arabic means that guide somebody to get to his destination. We said that as an example. When for example, somebody asks the address from us, we just tell him the address, or no, we take him to that address. There are two different types. So hadaya here means that Allah is that kind of guidance that it takes the person to his destiny. So it depends on Allah is saying that it depends on, because tadabbur, we explained that if every ayat comes after another ayat, they are related together. After Allah explained two types of efforts of people, now he's saying that be careful. You have got authority to choose which type of effort you choose. But when you choose your address, the destination is just with us. It's that only us that we define your destination, the result. For example, if you choose the effort, the type, that kind of type of effort that أعطى اتقى صدق بالحسنى, yes, we will take you to فسنيسره لليسرى. But if you choose the second type of effort, you will not get to that destination. You will get to فسنيسره للعسرى, where your wealth and money will have no benefit for you on the day of judgment. And then Allah is saying, وَإِنَّ لَنَا لَلْآخِرَةَ وَالْأُولَى, and indeed belongs to us the last and the first, means that this world and the other world. So in both worlds, in both lives, in this world and our life, hereafter life, you get the result. It's not just for example, the result is just on the day of judgment. No, even in this world, you will get your result. And then فَأَنذَرْتَكُمْ نَارًا تَلَظَّى. Okay, now the guidance and the result is just on us, is just from us. Allah is saying that the result is just from our side. Now, because I know, Allah is saying that because I know the destination, the result of your choice. So it's not just as easy as it is that I just say, okay, this is your choice. Make any of choose one, any of them you want to. For example, it's not two types of food that choose any type you want. It's that the end. I'm warning you فَأَنذَرْتَكُمْ نَارًا تَلَظَّى. So I warn you of a fire which is blazing. The result is not good, is not something easy that I just warn you. It's like, for example, parents warn their children. Okay, if you choose the wrong partner, you have to suffer all your life. And it's not just a warning. It's not an easy thing that they just warn. They really warn the child from the future, from a lifetime, a long lifetime in this world. That if you choose the wrong partner, you will suffer it. Same here, just compare these examples. That Allah is saying, فَأَنذَرْتُكُمْ نَارًا تَلَظَّى. I warned you of a fire. It's not just an easy choice that I tell you that, okay, you make your own choice, no problem, whatever you choose. No. And then Allah is saying, لَا يَصْلَاهَا إِلَّا الْأَشْقَى. I'm warning you of that fire, and no one will enter to burn in that fire, to burn therein, except the most wretched people, the most corrupted people. And who ashqa? Ashqa means the most wretched, the most corrupted people. And who are they? الذي كذب وتولى. Who denies the truth and turns away from it. Who gives the lie to the truth. Who says that, oh no, these are not right. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in fire. Allah is most forgiving, is most kind, and I don't believe in these things, and I don't need Allah's support, and that there will be no reward from Him or no punishment from. Okay, Allah is saying that I'm warning you of a fire which is blazing, and no one will enter it except the most wretched one who denies the truth. فَسَيَجَنَّبُهَا الْأَتْقَى. And the pious and righteous will be far removed from it. Who are these pious? Who are these atqa people? الَّذِي يُؤْتَى مَالَهُ يَتَزَكَّى. Who gives away his wealth in the cause of Allah for increase in self-purification. الَّذِي يُؤْتَى مَالَهُ gives away his wealth in the cause of Allah. يَتَزَكَّى. Yatazakka means that he's giving away, when he gives his wealth away in the cause of Allah, that purifies him. But which kind of giving away, which kind of infaq? وَمَا لِأَحَدٍ عِنْدَهُ مِنْ نِعْمَةٍ تُجْزَى. He has no favor in his mind from anyone for which a reward is expected in return. What does it mean? It means that when he helps other people, he doesn't expect any reward from them. Because imagine when you are helping somebody, it means that they are weaker than you. They have got weak point or weaker money-wise or however. So how do you deal a cheap deal? How do you expect a cheap reward? How do you just if you wait for that they thank you for that, or they respect you in front of other people, they tell everybody that you are helping? No. what is in your heart and what is your intention, what is your niyat is that no, I don't need any reward from them. I'm doing this just for إلا ابتغاء وجه ربه الأعلى, except the seeking of the pleasure of his Lord, the Most High. They don't give the wealth away, they don't help others except for sake of Allah, for the pleasure of Allah. وَلَسَوْفَ يَرْضَى. And Allah surely, and he, the mankind he gives away his wealth with this niyat, surely be satisfied, because he will get the reward from Allah, and he will see that that reward is not comparable with the worldly reward. So we should have in mind that which kind of infaq, which type of charity, which type of giving away that is Allah is mentioning in Quran, and that is one of the most important subjects in Quran. That wherever we study Quran, the different verses, just Allah talks about infaq, giving away, and strange thing that is, okay, you give it away, I purify you. الذي يؤتى ماله يتزكى. You give away in the way of Allah for the pleasure of Allah, not as an not to expect other people to thank you or respect you or do something instead for you, then I will reward you. Because if we, for example, help others and just expect is for them with that intention and that niyat that they give something back to us or they respect us, that's what we get here, and it's finished. The deal is finished. So we don't have any. We will not be rewarded for that in hereafter life or even in this world from Allah. So Allah is saying that you choose the second type of effort, which is a'ta. Choose the first type of effort, which is a'ta, which is taqa, which is saddaqa bil husna. A'ta wattaqa wa saddaqa bil husna. And what we will do is that we will facilitate the way, the path towards paradise for you, towards Jannah for you. And when you keep the money for yourself and choose the second type of effort, like bakhila, wastaqna, and then the person is happy that, oh, I kept my money for myself, but he doesn't know that on the day of judgment, this money will not help him at all. And then Allah is saying that you have got the authority to choose which type of effort, but the one who gives the result is just me, and you are not the one who can choose the result. So who was ashqa? And so Allah said that I warn you about the fire which is blazing. I don't say, okay, if you like it, choose it. If you don't like it, don't choose it. No, I keep warning you in Quran in different ayats that, and with Ahl al-Bayt, that I'm warning you about this fire. If you choose, with all this warning, if you choose the wrong effort, then the result you will not be able to change the result. So I'm warning you about the fire which is blazing, and I'm warning you who enters that? Ashqa. Who is Ashqa? الذي كذب وتولى. Who denies the truth, who denies the belief, who is not a believer, and who will be kept far away from the fire? Atqa. Who is Atqa? الذي يؤتى ماله يتزكى. Who gives his wealth away to purify himself, and which that giving away purifies him. Which type of giving away purifies the person? That kind of giving away which is for the pleasure of Allah, not expecting, uh, expecting from others. And even in different ayats of Quran, Allah is telling Prophet that he take their money to purify them. And because the money which we pardon?
Sister Manoush. Sorry,
Yeah.
just a quick question. Sorry
Yeah.
to interrupt you. But is it the giving away in the ayat 18? What Allah said that who gives his wealth in the way of Allah, and that purifies him. So is it purifying himself, or is it purifying his wealth then? Because when we say we give the khums, we say we purify our money in that way. So is it giving away, purifying the money, or purifying ourselves then?
Good question. You see, الذي يؤتى ماله يتزكى. Word-wise, it means that the person, atqa, is the person who gives away his wealth in the cause of Allah for increase in self-purification. Yatazakka means self-purification. It means that the person gives away more to purify himself. What are the steps? In fact, and that was exactly what I wanted to explain now. That when we give the money away, we give the wealth away, we purify the money, and when we use the purified money, we purify himself. We purify himself. So the meaning of the ayat is talking about that purifying the mankind.
تفسیر سوره فجر.
The meaning of the ayat is purifying mankind. It's not purifying money. Yatazakka here. But indirectly it is purifying money as well. Because when, for example, Allah is saying give khums away, we don't give khums. It means that money is not ours. So it pollutes our money. It's not our money will not be purified then. And in second level, if Allah is saying do infaq, so Allah is saying of this, the wealth you have got, the main owner is me. It's not you. We went through it in Surah Hadith in just one of our, when we had some majlis, not in Tadabbur course, but inshallah we will go through it. That clearly Allah explains that in Surah Hadith that you are not the owner. The main owner is Allah. Allah has given you this wealth, this life to use for few days, for few years in this world, and He keeps telling you, advising you to give it away in the cause of Allah, do infaq. And when we don't obey Allah in that case, it means that it brings wealth, wealth in our life. It brings heaviness. It brings pollution to our money, to our life. So in fact, word-wise, yatazakka in ayat 18 means purifying mankind, self-purification. But indirectly, yes, you are right, that it means that when we purify our money, so what's the result? Purifying ourselves. Is your question answered, Sister Hassan?
Yeah, that's right. Thank you so much. Jazakallah.
So Allah is saying that be careful, this giving away shouldn't be with the intention of you expect from others to do something for you instead. And that it's not called infaq then. That will be a dealing for this world, and it will be finished, and you will not get any reward for it. And وَلَسَوْفَ يَرْضَى, it means that, okay, if you do give away in the cause of Allah for the pleasure of Allah, then I'll do something that you will be satisfied in future. وَلَسَوْفَ يَرْضَى. For example, imagine that we want to sell, imagine for example, we have got a bracelet and we want to sell it, gold for example. We want to sell it and the price is, I don't know, £500. And somebody is ready to buy it from us for 50,000 pounds, a lot more than the price. How happy we'll be, how satisfied we will be. That oh, and he says that oh, with my pleasure, I'll buy this from you for this much money. You say the price is 500. He says okay, I want to buy it. I pay you 50,000. How satisfied we will be. It's like that. So the mankind, except who those persons, those people, who they understand and they believe what is going on in this world, and صدق بالحسنى, and they really believe in the reward of Allah, they can't keep money for themselves. When they keep wealth for themselves, that will be bothering for them, because they know that that what they keep for themselves is what they will not take it when they go to a hereafter life. All this we say, I've explained before as well, that we don't mean that oh, we don't enjoy life here or we go through hardship. No, Allah doesn't want that, because mu'min should have a life which is suitable for him. So it's a standard life. When we talk about infaq, we don't mean that oh, you suffer yourself, or you put your family in trouble to help others. No, the main responsibility for the husband, for example, for the man, is his family, his own family, and the father and, for example, parents. But so it doesn't mean that to trouble your family to help others. No, that doesn't mean that. Because even as Allah is saying, even if you when you help, when you give um, your family, do that with the niyat of pleasure of Allah, with the niyat of infaq. Then even to feed your own children, to feed your own parents, or women, when, for example, we cook at home. If we do every day, we do niyat, we cook with the intention of that, okay, I'll do this, I'll do whatever I'll do at home as a housewife is for the pleasure of Allah, and I with the niyat of infaq in the way of Allah, even if it's for our kids, then we will get rewards which we will we cannot imagine. So and we explained that, for example, when we can, for example, for a marriage, we can spend, we know that we can spend with that much the standard money and have a proper ceremony for our children. But we say no, we want luxury. That is not advised. That is blamed. That we can help others and have a standard life as well. So giving away in the way of Allah in that way, which is the most important thing. So the generally, what's the guidance of Surah Al-Lail is that Allah is saying you have got the authority to choose the way of in the type of effort, the type of life you have, which according to two types of efforts in Surah Al-Lail. But the result is from our side, and in this world and hereafter. So I'm warning you of a blazing fire. And what's the solution to get away fire, to be far away fire? Is giving away in the cause, giving away. Which type of giving away? In the cause of Allah, with the niyat, with the intention of pleasure, for the pleasure of Allah, not expecting others in this world. And this is not this is not an advice, it's a warning. When Allah is talking about inzar in ayat 14, فَأَنذَرْتَكُمْ نَارًا تَلَظَّى. Inzar, anzara, it means I'm warning you. It's very important. It's not just a normal advice. So we see that all the surahs from even from Inshaqaq we started, and all these few surahs we have studied, all talks about somehow advises about to infaq, to give away. And we see that in for example in this kind of I want let me explain it in another way so I don't confuse it. I want to say that When Allah talks about infaq, the minimum things comes to our mind is okay, helping poor people, which is right. What was the result of helping poor people? Is it just uh, feeding poor people? Is just we give food to them? Then that's it. This is the maximum result. Allah is saying that in Surah Hadid, inshallah, when we will go through it, that the main intention of Quran, the main purpose of Quran, which is advising us, is that get ready for um, the Islamic world, Islamic organization, which you have heard this word from me many times. For example, Ayatollah Khamenei keeps telling in his lectures that about Tamaddun Islami. Tamaddun Islam means that Islam is world Islamic organization, which will take place on the day of presence of our Imam. But we should get ready for that. We should make the foundation for that. We can't sit down and say that okay, we wait for Imam Zaman comes and establish an Islamic or world Islamic organization. So what's the use? What was the benefit of these long ghaibat, absence of our Imam? These many years, thousands years of absence. What was the use then? If we were supposed just not to do anything and sit down. So when we say infaq, what's the result? Is not just a cure for the poor food. It means that Muslim community, it makes Muslim community united, strong, rich, to confront and stand up to the cruel world's superpowers. Um, when we talk about economy style, for example, we say, okay, the communist economy style is deadlocked now. We can see in the world clearly. Liberal economy style is deadlocked. Socialist economy style is deadlocked. And if it wasn't clear to everybody, I think in this coronavirus, it showed the reality about the world to everybody. That all these economy styles in the world, they are all deadlocked. They don't have nothing, and they think they are superpowers. They have advertised themselves as superpowers. It's just propaganda that oh, they are superpowers. U.S., Israel, and they are super. We think that they are superpowers. They are nobody. They are nothing. I don't know if you watched the debate between Trump and Joe Biden last night. It was a shame, and they've called it in newspaper everywhere. It's a topic news. It's top news now that shameful debates. If you watch it, I really recommend that go and download it. If you didn't watch it, download it and watch it. It was shameful between them, and you would when you would watch, they were just installing each other. They insulted each other all through the debate. It was not a debate. It was a fighting argument, and they had nothing to say. They did not say anything that, oh, if we become a president, for example, if I become a president, I'll do this. This is my plan. This is nothing. And according to the statistical vote, when after this debate was broadcasted on TV, they asked people in US, about 69% of them, they said that it was annoying. We were annoyed by watching it. Then when you watch this debate, you can say, are these superpowers of the world? What's the problem with us as Muslims, as Shia communities or Muslim communities not being united? How can we become united? One of the main factors to become united is economic style. economical style, Islamic economical style, that all the Muslims become united, become rich. So when Allah is talking about infaq in different verses of Quran, yes, feeding poor people is the first step. But what happens when when we help poor people? They become rich as well. So there will be no different. There will be no class difference economically between people. Then all Muslims become united, become powerful, and they can stand up to these cruel superpowers. Then they will have no word for themselves. But now what we do, we don't believe it. We don't. Two things, two important things. In fact, one important thing. Infaq, which is giving away property, wealth, and life, which is called jihad. These, so giving away mal, giving away wealth and life, which called jihad, with with complete effort, not just little bit. No, we put our most complete effort we can, maximum effort we can in it. All Muslims, which is advised in every ayat of Quran. Why is it advised? So it is because of that. It's not just for the poor, just feeding poor people. That's the base to make the foundation. There is riwayat from Imam Sadiq alayhi salam that a group of Muslims or Shia, they went to him and praised a group of Shia communities. They said, oh, they are this, they are that. They praised them in front of Imam Sadiq alayhi salam. And then he asked, do the rich people in their community help poor? And they said, not much. And Imam Sadiq alayhi salam said that, so well, which type of Muslim and Shia they are? This is because it's not just helping for one night food. It's to look forward to make the basement for that World Islamic Organization, which we are waiting for our 12th Imam comes and establish it. So please, if you haven't watched the debate between Trump and Joe Biden, go and watch it, because it's worth it to watch it and see how weak they are. So generally, just my final sentence is that in Surah Layl and the whole verses in Quran which talks about infaq and giving away in the way of Allah, talks about that Islamic economy style, which is not a software to install on the system of society. It's not like, for example, liberal economy style that we say that, okay, we have in our government style, we have liberal economy style. No, Islamic economy style gives the responsibility to every one of the Muslims in the world. So the responsibility is on our shoulder, every one of us. And when we believe that, and how can we believe that? We believe in the reward of Allah, Saddaqa bil husna. Then we will not worry about giving away. Then what happens? The accumulation of money at one point will be eliminated. There will be no class difference economically. The whole community of Muslims will be united, and we can confront the cruel superpowers, inshallah. So we have in mind that infaq, giving away in the cause of Allah, is the main tool to prove our belief. Inshallah, Allah gives us opportunity and tawfiq, because Allah is telling in different ayats of Quran, Allah is saying that سبح لله ما في السماوات والأرض. Whatever is in the world, they are praising Allah that He doesn't need. He is all power. He doesn't need our help. So why is He ordering? Why does He order us to help to other people, to help other people, to do jihad. It's because he wants to give us the opportunity to come high towards him, to get to our destiny, which we learned in Surah Al-Shaqaq, فَمُلَاقِيهِ, he wants to give us the opportunity for us to go higher and higher, to get to him, to become Khalifat Allah, replacement of, because Allah is saying the mankind is replacement of Allah, which we have got. Because what? Because we don't have, at the moment, we don't have our Imam as Khalifat Allah, who is the perfect mankind and who is the representative of Allah in the world. We haven't seen him. We don't have any imagination. If we had the imagination and if we had the opportunity to see him, we could not live without in his absence. So we would do seriously, we would move and we would do something, we would obey the commands of Allah, especially infaq, which has been advised in many, many verses of Quran. Inshallah, Allah gives us tawfiq. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Alhamdulillah, we finished on time. Sister